This video is all about the 8 things that I enjoy about the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Hello guys, how are you? David Franco here. I am loving the Galaxy Note 8, but I do want to make one quick correction in regards to my unboxing video. I said Samsung sent me this phone. They did not. I mean, thank you to Samsung regardless for making just an all-around kick-ass, incredible device. I'll talk about that in a bit. But a special shout out goes out to Verizon Wireless for getting this in my hands. I greatly appreciate it. Just wanted to make that clear because I hate being wrong. Okay, so today's video is all about the 8 things that I enjoy about the Galaxy Note 8, but it's important to keep in mind, these are just 8 things. I mean, I like many more things about the Galaxy Note 8, even like little details, but I'll talk about those details in my future review video. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so jumping right into the list, the number 1 thing I especially enjoy about the Galaxy Note 8 is the beautiful, awe-inspiring display. Guys, I am so serious when I say this. This is the most beautiful display I've ever used on a phone. It is just downright gorgeous. It's a 6.3-inch Super AMOLED display that actually wraps around the device very slightly. The blacks are the richest blacks I've ever seen on any phone ever. The colors just want to pop off the screen, and of course, you do have the choice of 3 resolutions, with the max resolution being 2960 by 1440. What else can I say? The display, I'm in love with it. I really am, and it's gonna be really hard going back to this. Love you, Apple, I do. Number 2, the Galaxy Note 8 features 2 incredible rear-facing cameras. Now, let me make something clear real quick. The front-facing camera, it's okay, and I'll talk about that more in future videos, but that seems to be consistent with Android phones in general. So I have a question for you guys. Why do all Android phones, or at least most of them anyway, feature a rather weak front-facing camera? I'm not sure why it's that way, and yes, I did make sure any of those special effects, like where it makes your face smooth, those effects are indeed turned off. But anyway, that aside, the rear-facing cameras on the Galaxy Note 8 are just incredible. Okay, so what do we have here? We have dual 12-megapixel sensors with OIS, quick autofocus, and 2 times optical zoom. So yeah, that basically means that you can get closer to your subject without losing quality. But of course, we cannot forget about video. You can shoot 4K video at 30 frames per second, 1080p content at 60 frames per second. The Galaxy Note 8 has full HDR support. Come on guys, 4K, HDR, it's the way of the future. Number 3, fast performance. This phone just wants to fly, and that's thanks to the octa-core CPU, 6 gigabytes of RAM. Android runs beautifully, and guys, let me tell you, it's great for multitasking, especially if you factor in the S Pen. I'll talk about that in a moment. Number 4, facial recognition. Now, this is my first phone that I've ever used personally that supports facial recognition, and I gotta say, I'm impressed for the most part. It's not perfect, and I'm not sure if it's the most secure way of logging into your phone, especially with Face ID around the corner. Sorry, I gotta mention that because it's all about competition, right? Competition is important. But the facial recognition for what it represents on the Galaxy Note 8, it works pretty well, and it works for the most part. And yes, the facial recognition on the Galaxy Note 8 is quite speedy. Now, is it as fast as swiping your finger on the screen or using the fingerprint sensor on the back? That's up to you. I'm not sure. I think it just comes down to personal preference, but personally, I like doing this. Boom, and I'm in. Number 5, this little doohickey. This little doohickey right here. What the hell is a doohickey? This thing is called the S Pen, and it's probably the most unique feature about the Galaxy Note 8. Heavy emphasis on the word note. Okay, so the S Pen is great for quickly making notes and even screenshots and marking up those screenshots, which I actually enjoy doing quite a bit. And well, honestly, it's simply a different way of using your phone. Not everybody prefers to use their finger, and that's perfectly fine. The Note 8 gives you the option of doing this. Popping out the S Pen and instantly taking a note. Look at that. It works beautifully. Pop it back in and the phone goes back to sleep. It just works. Number 6, pressure sensitive home button. Yes, you heard me correctly. The home button, while it's hidden for the most part, provided you set up that option in the settings, is actually pressure sensitive. It's invisible, but it's pressure sensitive. Simply rest your thumb on the center bottom of the Galaxy 8 display, apply pressure, and boom, you go home right from within any app. Number 7, always on display. Yes, always on, and that's thanks to the Super AMOLED display. In other words, it's not going to be hungry in regards to power consumption. This means that you can always display things like your clock, notifications, and even your battery percentage, which I definitely appreciate very much. And finally, number 8, Android. Yes, just Android in general. I realize that's an incredibly vague bullet point, but you guys gotta understand, as an everyday iOS user, I can definitely appreciate Android and everything that it represents. For the most part anyway. It's got a few quirks here and there, but what OS doesn't? It's just the fact that I can pretty much customize it to my liking, from the home screen to the widgets to the Google Now presentation, if you will. I'm just enjoying it, and I think that says a lot. I mean, especially considering how buggy iOS 11 has been lately, but that's a whole other video. So guys, there you go. 8 things that I enjoy about the Galaxy Note 8. What are your favorite features? And of course, this is just the beginning. Expect additional coverage in future videos. So, question for you guys, would you like me to make a Q&A video all about the Galaxy Note 8? I would basically take your questions and answer them on video. So let me know in the comments right below. Please click that like button, I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and huge thanks to Verizon for making this possible. And well, I guess I'll see you guys next time, right? I hope so. Peace.